Welcome to the Discourse Analyzer AI Toolkit, where articles come alive. You're listening to the audio version of our article. For the full text and an interactive experience, check out the link in the description below. Interact with any selection using our AI assistant to enhance your understanding. Let's explore.
Criticisms and challenges of multimodal discourse analysis. Multimodal discourse analysis delves into the multifaceted nature of communication by integrating various modes like text, audio, images, and gestures. Despite its promise for comprehensive insights, this approach encounters notable challenges. These include the complexity of managing large datasets, the inherent subjectivity in interpreting nonverbal data, and the absence of standardized frameworks for analysis. This discussion explores these criticisms in depth, offering insights into the difficulties faced and potential strategies to overcome them. 1. Complexity of analysis. Multimodal analysis requires handling large, complex datasets. Multimodal discourse analysis, while providing a comprehensive view of communication, presents several challenges, particularly concerning the complexity of analyzing large and intricate datasets. Here are some of the main difficulties. Volume of data. Multimodal analysis often involves extensive datasets, including videos, images, audio recordings, and texts, making data management cumbersome. This complexity requires significant storage, organization, and processing capabilities, often involving specialized software. Diversity of modes. Different modes, e.g., visual, auditory, gestural, spatial, have unique characteristics, requiring varied analytical frameworks and tools. Integrating findings across modes to create a cohesive analysis can be challenging due to their differing nature and structure. Transcription complexity. Transcribing multimodal data is more complex than transcribing text alone, requiring detailed descriptions and coding for gestures, facial expressions, and spatial arrangements. The lack of standardized transcription methods for multimodal data complicates consistency in research. Interdisciplinary skills. Effective analysis requires knowledge of different disciplines, including linguistics, semiotics, visual design, and even technology. Researchers may need training in a variety of methodologies to handle the diverse data effectively. Subjectivity in interpretation. The interpretation of multimodal data can be subjective, particularly with visual and auditory modes that lack standardized linguistic frameworks. Ensuring objectivity and consistency across researchers in coding and analysis is challenging. Time-intensive analysis. Coding, analyzing, and interpreting large multimodal datasets is often a time-consuming process. The need to carefully consider each mode individually and in combination slows down the research process. Technological requirements. Multimodal analysis often requires specialized software for data management, transcription, and coding. The need for technical expertise and resources can limit the accessibility of this research methodology. Addressing these challenges. Specialized training. Researchers can benefit from specialized training in multimodal analysis techniques to develop the necessary skills. Collaborative research. Collaboration among researchers from different disciplines can provide a broader skill set for analyzing diverse datasets. Standardization of methods. Developing standardized methods for coding and transcription can enhance consistency and comparability in research. Technological tools. Utilizing advanced software designed for managing multimodal data can streamline data processing and analysis. Despite its challenges, multimodal discourse analysis offers a rich understanding of communication. Addressing the complexity of analysis requires methodological rigor, technical proficiency, and interdisciplinary collaboration. 2. Subjectivity in interpretation. Analyzing visual and gestural data. A notable criticism of multimodal discourse analysis is the subjectivity involved in interpreting visual and gestural data compared to textual data. Here's a deeper look at why this happens and how to address it. Reasons for subjectivity. Lack of standardized frameworks. While textual analysis benefits from well-established frameworks for grammar and syntax, the same does not exist for visual and gestural data. This results in analysts relying on subjective interpretation based on personal judgment or limited guidelines. Cultural context. Visual and gestural meanings often vary significantly across cultures, leading to diverse interpretations. Analysts from different cultural backgrounds may interpret the same visual data differently, introducing subjectivity. Complexity of multimodal interaction. The interplay between different modes, visual, gestural, auditory, etc., can be complex, making it difficult to objectively assess how they work together. Understanding how these interactions convey meaning requires nuanced interpretation. Open interpretation. Visuals and gestures can have multiple meanings, and their interpretation often depends on the context and viewer's perspective. This open-endedness can lead to different analysts deriving varying meanings from the same data. Lack of training and experience. Not all researchers are equally trained or experienced in analyzing nonverbal modes, leading to inconsistencies in interpretation. Addressing the subjectivity challenge. Standardization of analytical frameworks. Developing more standardized frameworks and guidelines for analyzing visual and gestural data can help reduce subjectivity. Clear coding schemes and detailed descriptors can offer more consistency. Collaborative interpretation. Having multiple analysts interpret the same data can help cross-check interpretations and reduce individual biases. Collaborative analysis can reveal shared patterns while acknowledging different perspectives. Training and skill development. Researchers should be trained in interpreting multimodal data to understand its nuances better. Gaining familiarity with cultural differences in visual and gestural communication can help improve interpretation. Contextual analysis. Incorporating a detailed understanding of the context in which the data was created helps in interpreting nonverbal cues. This includes considering historical, cultural, and situational factors that may influence meaning. Transparent reporting. Providing detailed descriptions of how interpretations were derived, including any coding decisions and contextual factors, can increase transparency. This allows others to understand the basis of the interpretations and potentially replicate the study. While subjectivity is inherent in interpreting visual and gestural data, these measures can help reduce biases and inconsistencies, leading to more reliable and rigorous multimodal discourse analysis. 3. Standardization of frameworks. Lack of consensus on standard frameworks. Multimodal discourse analysis has faced criticism due to the lack of standardized frameworks, leading to challenges in achieving consistent analysis. Here's a closer look at the reasons behind this challenge and potential ways to address it. Reasons for lack of standardized frameworks. Diversity of modes. Multimodal analysis deals with a variety of modes, e.g., visual, auditory, gestural, spatial, that each have unique characteristics. The differences between modes make it challenging to create a single framework that can handle the intricacies of each mode. Interdisciplinary nature. Multimodal discourse analysis involves insights from various disciplines, such as linguistics, semiotics, visual arts, and sociology. Each discipline may have different methods and theoretical underpinnings, complicating the development of a unified framework. Contextual variability. The meaning of multimodal data is highly context-dependent, with different settings and audiences influencing interpretation. A framework that works well in one context may not be directly applicable to another. Evolving communication technologies. Rapid advancements in communication technology continuously introduce new forms of multimodal communication. Keeping up with these changes and developing frameworks to analyze them is a constant challenge. Addressing the standardization challenge. Developing modular frameworks. Instead of a single universal framework, modular frameworks that can be adapted to different contexts and modes can be more effective. Modular frameworks would allow researchers to choose the relevant modules based on the modes and contexts involved. Interdisciplinary collaboration. Collaboration between researchers from different disciplines can lead to the development of frameworks that incorporate diverse perspectives. This can help balance the strengths and limitations of different analytical approaches. Creating guidelines for consistency. Even if a universal framework is not achievable, creating guidelines for consistent practices in coding, transcription, and analysis can improve standardization. Guidelines can help ensure that researchers follow similar principles even if they use different frameworks. Technology-assisted analysis. Advanced software tools can help manage the complexity of multimodal data, making it easier to apply consistent analytical frameworks. These tools can assist in transcription, coding, and pattern recognition across different modes. Community building and dissemination. Creating communities of practice where researchers can share methodologies, frameworks, and findings will help converge on best practices. Conferences, workshops, and publications dedicated to multimodal analysis can facilitate knowledge sharing. While standardizing frameworks for multimodal discourse analysis is challenging due to the diversity and complexity of the modes involved, adopting modular frameworks, fostering interdisciplinary collaboration, and sharing best practices can help create more consistency in the field. Conclusion. In summary, multimodal discourse analysis is a rich yet challenging field due to the complexity of large datasets, the subjectivity of interpreting nonverbal data, and the lack of standardized frameworks. Addressing these challenges requires embracing specialized training, interdisciplinary collaboration, and technological advancements. Developing modular analytical frameworks and fostering knowledge-sharing communities can also help establish consistency in this evolving field. Despite these hurdles, multimodal discourse analysis holds significant potential for unraveling the intricacies of human communication. Frequently asked questions. What makes the analysis of multimodal data particularly complex? Analyzing multimodal data is complex because it often involves large datasets that include visual, auditory, and gestural elements, each requiring different analytical frameworks and specialized software. Additionally, integrating findings across these diverse modes can be challenging due to their unique characteristics. How can the large volume of data in multimodal analysis be managed effectively? Managing the large volume of data can be achieved through specialized software that helps organize, transcribe, and code data efficiently. Clear frameworks for data management and collaborative research efforts can also streamline the handling of complex datasets. Why is there subjectivity in interpreting visual and gestural data? Subjectivity arises because visual and gestural data lack standardized frameworks, vary across cultures, and are often open to multiple interpretations. Personal judgment and varying cultural perspectives can lead to differing analyses of the same data. What steps can be taken to reduce subjectivity in multimodal discourse analysis? Reducing subjectivity can be achieved by developing standardized frameworks, engaging in collaborative interpretation with multiple analysts, offering training in multimodal analysis, and providing transparent reporting of the analytical process. How does the lack of standardized frameworks affect multimodal discourse analysis? The absence of standardized frameworks complicates achieving consistent analysis across different modes and contexts. It leads to variability in methodologies, making it difficult to compare findings and develop unified theories. What are modular frameworks, and how can they help standardize multimodal analysis? Modular frameworks consist of adaptable analytical modules tailored to different modes and contexts. They help standardize multimodal analysis by allowing researchers to select relevant modules for their specific research context. How does interdisciplinary collaboration benefit multimodal discourse analysis? Interdisciplinary collaboration allows researchers to leverage the strengths of various disciplines, leading to more comprehensive frameworks and methodologies that effectively address the complexity of multimodal communication. What role does technology play in overcoming challenges in multimodal discourse analysis? Technology helps by providing advanced tools for managing, transcribing, coding, and analyzing multimodal data. It aids in streamlining the research process, improving consistency, and revealing patterns across different modes. Why is transcription of multimodal data particularly challenging? Transcribing multimodal data is challenging because it requires capturing and coding not just speech but also nonverbal modes like gestures and facial expressions, which often lack standardized notation methods. How can researchers address the challenge of coding diverse modes consistently? Researchers can address this by developing detailed coding schemes tailored to each mode, conducting thorough training for coders, and regularly reviewing coding practices to ensure consistency. What is the significance of cultural context in interpreting multimodal data? Cultural context significantly influences the interpretation of multimodal data, as visual and gestural meanings vary across cultures. Understanding cultural differences is crucial for accurate interpretation and reducing subjective bias. Why is context crucial in analyzing multimodal communication? Context is crucial because it shapes how different modes are used and understood. Analyzing the context helps in accurately interpreting the meaning conveyed by various modes in specific settings. How does collaboration between researchers enhance the interpretation of multimodal data? Collaboration brings diverse perspectives and expertise, helping to cross-check interpretations, reduce bias, and ensure a more comprehensive analysis by combining knowledge from different fields. How can technology help in standardizing frameworks for multimodal analysis? Technology can assist in standardizing frameworks by providing tools that support consistent coding and analysis, enabling researchers to follow similar principles across diverse datasets. What are the benefits of community building in the field of multimodal discourse analysis? Community building fosters knowledge sharing, collaboration, and the development of best practices. It helps researchers converge on standardized methodologies and share insights on effective analysis techniques.